Welcome to the channel. In this video, we'll show how you can control which Salesforce objects you can use for Slack workflow notifications. So Slack Workflow Builder has this incredibly powerful notification engine where your end users can build their own notifications to be delivered when records are created or updated and changed in Salesforce. The way this works is they go in and they select what object and fields they care about in terms of changing. Now, this can be a daunting list. I'm scrolling, and a lot of these don't mean anything to me as an end user. Now, as a Salesforce admin, you can configure what objects are available for notifications in Slack, and even further, what fields are even available if you wanted to restrict or add other objects and fields. Let's just say, for example, we don't want our end users to be able to create notifications about leads. Wouldn't ever recommend this, but I am just going to do it for demonstration purposes. Now, it all lies in a permission set. And I'm going to go and sort by S here because it is this out-of-the-box Slack integration user permission set, which is controlling access to which objects are available for that notification engine. As you can see, this is defaulted to read and view all records for every single object that can be assigned. So I'm going to go down to lead, and I'm simply going to disable visibility to this object for the Slack integration user permission set. Now that's part one, and then part two would be a Slack admin going in and into the Salesforce organization in Slack setup and actually syncing the data source. Now this runs on its own every 72 hours, but you likely want to trigger the fetching of the metadata faster than that. So we're going to sync our data source. It warns us it could take up to 15 minutes. It really just depends on how large your org is and how many objects you have. Now the downside is there's no great way to check the status on this other than coming back and checking to see if this is grayed out or not. So you can continue to come back here, refresh the window, and go through and see if you have your data source reset, and we'll go back and check that in a second. Okay, so I've refreshed and it looks like my data source is done syncing. Let's go test it out. If I refresh this window, now as an end user, if I try to create that Slack workflow where I'm starting it when a lead is created, I'm not going to be able to find that object. And that's because that permission set no longer has access to this object. So that's the mechanism for how you control which objects appear in this list. There's a couple exceptions, and that's with objects which also require a license. So financial services cloud, public sector, health cloud. And even if your permission set has object level access, you may need to grant system level permission. Now, I'm in a developer org, so I can't show you exactly, but if you were to look for something like financial services cloud, and you wanted to grant access here, or I think the health cloud object is claims, and there's a permission about being able to access claims. You also have to grant system permission to even open up the access to those objects, and then you can sync that data source again. And that's how you can create notifications about those individual clouds.